All right, guys, Raj Minute out, back with another banger. Today, I'm going to give you guys some money management skills as a student athlete and how you guys can, 3 tips, how you guys can save money, stack money, and, build some wealth in college. I know with, limited time and, some time management skills as a student athlete. You got any questions? You got anything, any tips or ideas how you guys make money? Please put it in the comments below. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get on to this video. So point 1 is to live below your means. So when I mean live below your means, don't try to be flashy. Don't try or have the need to impress people. And most of the time, if you're at a D1 school or most programs are going to give you gear, equipment, clothes. So most of the time you're going to get most of that stuff. Not every single program, do your research, of course, but most of the time you will get most of that stuff. So when I'm saying live below your means, don't try to live this crazy lifestyle. I'm not saying don't get experiences, don't have fun, definitely enjoy college, or don't always you don't always got to take the cheap route either, but definitely you don't need to spend money for every single experience, for every single thing. Most of the time at colleges, there's always something to do, something to try, people to meet. That some of it is mostly free. So, like I said, I'm not trying to make people do the cheapest thing possible, but if you want to leave college with a head start on life, live below your means. Don't get crazy subscriptions. Don't build don't buy OC clothes, to try and impress people, a couple fits. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying don't overindulge is what I'm saying. You don't need to overdo it. You don't need to, try your extreme to try and impress anybody or, give anybody that, type of dopamine, or it's a dopamine thing in your brain. That's what I'm trying to say. Most of the stuff you're doing is either dopamine, you're either comparing yourself to other people and where they are. Just kind of focus on your life, kind of focus on what you got and build it slowly. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So point 2, guys, is to build stability first, then get the the lifestyle, the extras later. So it's kind of like getting career. You always hear this all the time. So let's get on to the points first. First thing is build your savings, then learning about budgeting, investing, retirement accounts. If you have any bills, pay off your car, pay off your phone, pay off everything, before college ends. And then savings for loans, if you have any student loans, save up for that. I think the biggest thing is, like I said, most of the time, some people, they literally basically, when they get more money, they spend more money. So basically it's get out that consumer mindset, start being a builder. Especially as a student athlete, you have the platform to, influence people, teach people, show people things with your gifts. You have the biggest platform out of all careers. So it's use that, take that to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to prove that right away. People a grind story and stuff like that. And it's smarter to kind of build stability, kind of get to the point where you're building who you are first, slowly, so that when you're, out of college, you're ready. And don't get into this mindset of my best years are in college. Your best years should be every year. This should never end. You know what I'm saying? Your best years should be when you're 50. You know what I'm saying? When you're at an old age because you lived a great life. So I would say build stability first. Build your emergency funds. Build that up. If once you get some of that stuff taken care of, you don't procrastinate on it. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's why I'm saying if you get some of that stuff taken care of now, boom, you don't have to worry about anything when you get older. And if anything, you have a good foundation to build upon what you already started at a young age. And my last point is experience. So as you're in college, like I said, you're going to spend money on experience, and you can always gain experience. So, like I said, for my thing, there's rules to it, though. If you're in season, if you're a starter or pushing to be a starter, don't work. Definitely do not work. Whatever money you have saved, use that. Don't try to work. Just 100% focus on your sport. Anytime like you have free time, just use that for film, sleep, recovery, things relating to your sport. Just focus on your sport because it's going to pay off in the long term. Like your sport is your investment, like everything like that is your investment. But when it comes to the off season with money, when it comes to making money, I would say use your money to, like to make money, get internships, work a job. You can work on campus, get certifications, get experience in your field. For me, I'm a psychology major, and I got experience as a RBT, a registered behavior technician. That's in the psychology field. They teach about behavior therapy. That's pushing me forward in the future so that I can get experience in other areas in my field. The quicker you can get into your field, the quicker you can get a higher paying job when your sport is over, whether that's after college or after professionals. And you can get started. You don't have to wait. And you can also get networking. Like I said, that's why I put networking here. So you can meet people, get to know people in your field, into things you want to do as a backup plan or, other things. I'm just trying to tell you guys things that you can do wisely to get into life in a wise or smarter setting. Don't load up everything with just fun, balance it out. All right, I'm going to work here, get my, what I'm saying? The discipline and the fun is, you balance it out. All right, I might party on the weekend, but I'm still far ahead. I'm still saving my money. I'm still building everything. I still got my stuff together. Have your life together and then have fun. Balance it out. If you have any debt, credit card debt or anything like that, pay it off. Pay everything off and, reset your life financially. Loans, anything, get that stuff taken care of. Give your money away, give to the church, give to your parents, make sure you're helping them out, make sure your family's good if they are, and start building for the next year. Prepare, get ahead of it now. Don't procrastinate, don't wait. What's the point of that? And if you are if you have a lot of money, if you got a lot of money, invest in trainers. Invest in knowledge, learning more about your sport, books, courses, continue learning how to get better. If you're going to use your money, don't use your money for useless stuff. Like I said, you can get things here and there, but that shouldn't be everything you get. Everything you get shouldn't be materialistic all the time. You should balance it out. All right, I might buy me some headphones this day, but next week I'm going to go to a training session. I'm going to do some research, look up some trainers in the area, and I'm going to go invest my time into that. Because like I said, it's better to invest your time into things that are going to build you long term than short term. And now I just want to leave you guys with some quotes. Discipline with money is discipline with life, and how you do anything is how you do everything. So I'm going to explain the last quote. How you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're being disciplined, purposeful, saving your money, choosing long-term over short-term, that's going to pay off in other areas of your life, spiritual, emotionally, on the field, on the court, whatever sport you play. If you're choosing long-term pleasure instead of short-term pleasure, that's going to play off dividends on the field. You're going to be able to, endure a lot more mentally. A lot of people kind of negotiate with some of this stuff. If you're disciplined, not negotiating with, all right, I gotta save. It sucks now, but I gotta do it. You're going to do harder things when it comes down to your sport. So if you're disciplined in your sport, you should be able to be disciplined in other areas of your life. So I feel when it comes down to life, like I said, if you're a great athlete, you should be great in every other area. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't just be a dominant person in one area of your life. You should be dominant in basically kind of everything. You should be great in every single category. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse to be, because yes, that may not be your thing, and you may be better at one thing, but you just got to be open-minded that like, and kind of like show yourself like, hey, if I'm able to be great at this thing, which is extremely hard, only 1% of people can do it. Why can't I be better at things that kind of everybody can do? That's kind of a little bit simpler. Only thing you need is knowledge, and the only thing you need is to like learn it. And if you learn it, you'll probably be a lot more farther or better than the average person. But thank you guys for tuning into this video. Like I said, leave a comment. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And, tune in for the next video. Make it out.